I'm going to tell you something for certain right now. No one cares what you look like in a swimming costume. I don't care. He doesn't care, she doesn't care. He doesn't care, she doesn't care. Oh, over them, they don't care either. No one cares what you look like in a swimming costume. The only person that cares what you look like in a swimming costume is you. And the only person that's going to stop you putting the effort in and actually making progress is you. So hello, welcome to my... So hi, welcome to my video. My name is Lauren. Hello, Amelia. My name is Lauren, also known as Lose It Like Lauren here on YouTube. I've had a weight loss, maintenance, tummy, weight gain, back on it channel for the last like 10 whole years on YouTube, so I know exactly what I'm talking about. When I say the word beginner, I mean it from two different avenues. What? Yeah, I mean it in two different ways. Basically, beginner can be, you know, you're completely new to exercise, you've got no idea what you're doing, you don't even know who I am, you've just typed in easy workouts for beginners and here you are. Firstly, you should be so proud of yourself for wanting to take this healthy step into your new lifestyle, and it's going to be incredible. And you're in very good hands because I know exactly what I'm talking about, and I'm very big-headed. So yeah, you may be completely new to exercise, not sure what you're doing, you're in the right place. Or the second kind of avenue of beginner is like myself right now. I've gained a bit of weight. I'm going back into my fitness journey with a body that is bigger than it was before, so I'm dealing with bigger body. I'm not as fit as I used to be, I'm not as strong as I used to be, and sometimes you need to beat your brain, and sometimes you just know when to take it easy and actually go back to basics. And I think a lot of the time maybe people discount these things I'm going to tell you about because they think, oh, they're for beginners, but actually I've done quite a lot of these things in the last couple of weeks, and trust me, they are challenging, or they can be challenging no matter how challenging you want to make them. So this is for people who are completely new starting out, people who have gained weight and getting back into it maybe after a plateau or hiatus, because hiatus is fun to say, or maybe you just like my face and slight tiny bit of cleavage and you just want to watch this. In that case, keep on watching. So as I said before, my name is Lauren. Make sure you're subscribed. I put videos out every week. I do two videos a week. That was the better phrase for that. I do tip videos on a Wednesday, just like this, and I do other videos on a Sunday. So make sure you're subscribed with the bell button ticked so you get notifications, and give this video a thumbs up as well. You know, treat me, treat me. Firstly, I would just like to say, if you are unsure about anything I talk about today, or you're unsure of your own body or own health, please seek medical assistance. I'm not medically trained, surprisingly, but I have got a personal training qualification, which is pretty much the same thing. So I do know what I'm talking about, but I don't know what I'm talking about that much. So yeah, make sure you seek a doctor's opinion if you need it. Secondly, one thing that will transform any of these things that I'm talking about today is stretching. Stretching your body before a workout is what I've realised recently, one of the most important things you can possibly do. So stretching is something I feel so passionately about at the moment, and it's something I would love to educate because stretching isn't really spoken about enough, I don't really think. Maybe stretching post-workout, but not really pre. Anyway, would you like me to do a video on this? I could do a video with certain stretches, and I could do modified ones. For instance, if you're doing a hamstring stretch and you can't reach a certain bit of the leg, you can put a towel around and pull it in. You do them standing up, doing them sitting down. I think it would be quite a cool video. Would be the worst angles, absolute worst angles. But yeah, if you'd like me to do a video on this and embarrass myself to the top of the embarrassment scale, then please leave a comment below and I'll see if anyone actually wants to see that, and we will get filming that. Thanks a lot, guys, for the embarrassment in the future. What? Last thing is, this is your journey. This isn't about ego. This isn't about being better than her or running better than him or being more flexible than her or doing more jumps than him. This is about your journey, and the only person you need to be better than is who you were yesterday. I know that's so corny and it's like Instagram to the max, but it's so true. Just make little changes, be patient, and also remember, no matter what it is, everyone was a beginner at some point, whether it's workouts, whether it's anything, everyone began somewhere, and to be great, you've got to begin. So begin. Proud, be patient, and also be kind, because sometimes we have bad workouts. Just don't let it put you off, just get back to it. And talking of getting back to it, let's get into this bloody video after about 10 minutes. Workout number 1 is walking. Now, you might say to me, oh, I hate walking, but walking is so good, not only for the body, but it's also amazing for the mind. I'll give you a little story about that in a second. But walking you can do anywhere. All you need is a pair of comfortable shoes. You can wear whatever the hell you want and you can just go for it. You can walk outside your house. There are even videos now on YouTube where you can do walking videos. So you can watch someone doing a walking video. I think you can do like 1 mile or 2 mile and you just walk on the spot with the person if you're not comfortable about going outside of your house or whatever. There are so many options to get you moving inside and outside and to your own level as well. So yeah, all you need is some comfy trainers and a good mindset. About 3 or 4 years ago, my friend said to me, you should do a walking challenge called March for March. So I decided to walk every day in March, and that month changed my life. I got so much perspective as I was walking. It gives you so much headspace. Not only do you see nature and you actually see things that on a day-to-day you miss. We live in such a hurried society that we miss nature, we miss normality a lot of the time. So I had so much headspace in that month, I think it was 2015, I quit my job. 3 years later, here I am making more YouTube videos and absolutely loving my life. And if I hadn't have done that whole walking thing, I wouldn't have got the clarity to realise that I wasn't happy and then actually make changes into changing my life. So yeah, get walking, get moving, and walking is amazing for the bum as well because it strengthens the legs, strengthens the booty, so you can get that month my bum went and it was like, ooh, so I need to start walking again. I know I'm talking to you about it, but I need to blooming do it. Exercise number 2 is Zumba or aerobics. The reason why I've specified Zumba is the fact that it's Latino music. It will get you feeling sexy, and I don't know if you're anything like me, but when I start moving my body, it makes me want to do it even more because I just love dancing. I love feeling like, yeah, see, you see it, it's going, the hips are going. I remember when I first started doing Zumba and aerobics, I wouldn't even notice that I was working out. In all the Zumba classes I've ever been to, the teachers always give a modification of the move that they're doing. So say for instance, the move is star jumps, for instance. The modification could be stepping out with one foot and putting your hands above your head. So you're not jumping, it's not going to be as much pressure and impact on the joints. And then if you wanted to do an even harder option, you could possibly do star actual jumps rather than just stepping out. You could do like, that made sense in my head. Never be afraid of classes because the teachers are there to make you have the best class. I know sometimes they can be intimidating. If I was ever new in a class, I would always make a point of saying to the teacher, I'm new, just because then they're a little bit more aware, rather than if you kind of like suffer in silence, as it were. That's completely the wrong phrase, but you know what I mean. If you say I'm new, I haven't exercised for a while, I'm getting back to it or whatever, they'll be more aware. And also teachers love to be included with the class, because I've been to quite a few classes as well where no one really speaks, so the teacher doesn't really engage with the class and it's a bit sterile. So if you're more engaging, then you're going to have a more of a rapport, I think, with the teacher, and it would just be better. But trust me, put on those Latino beats and you will feel transformed. You will feel absolutely transformed. And don't worry if you don't know the moves. Don't worry if you're doing it wrong. The whole point is that you're there and you're putting the effort in and you're hopefully sweating a bit and breathing deeply, and you're hydrating with water in between each song, and just have fun. Classes like that are meant for just celebration, I think, of life and womanlyhood and, curves. Number 3 is swimming. Swimming. Now, I'm going to tell you something for certain right now. No one cares what you look like in a swimming costume. I don't care. He doesn't care. She doesn't care. He doesn't care. She doesn't care. Oh, over them, they don't care either. No one cares what you look like in a swimming costume. The only person that cares what you look like in a swimming costume is you. And the only person that's going to stop you putting the effort in and actually making progress is you. When I go swimming, I like to have quite an industrial outfit. Like, I like to have a swimming costume that's like high, so these don't like flop out, and it has to be high at the back so my back rolls don't flop out either. And I always wear earplugs, goggles and a hat because why not? You only live once. And swimming is fantastic because obviously when you're swimming, there isn't any resistance on your joints. You can do whichever stroke you like. You can do front crawl, you can do breaststroke, you can do back crawl, you can do butterfly. I know my strokes as well. You're impressed, aren't you? I know. You're welcome. Swimming is so good. It's the one thing that I really noticed my shape change with. When I started, I went from this to this. My curves just pronounced themselves when I started swimming, and I was like, oh. And I need to get back to it. It's the kind of thing that you get in and out of, and at the moment, unfortunately, like the pool, unfortunately at the moment I'm out of it, but I definitely will get back to it soon. The next one I did last week, but swimming. Swimming's also great because obviously you're in the water, so even if you get hot, you're cooled down by the water, and you know, you can play games in the pool, like you can time your lengths, because most pools have a clock on the wall, and then you can think, okay, maybe the next one I'll try and do it 2 seconds quicker, and you know, or you can challenge yourself, okay, today I'm going to go to the pool and I'm going to do 20 lengths, and you can set yourself little increments like that. Get yourself a jazzy swimming costume, get something to work out in that makes you feel you know what I mean? Because if you feel like a slob, if you feel like you're dressing in an oversized black t-shirt that makes you feel 100 pounds heavier than you are, you're not going to want to do anything. If you would like to see my video on how to deal with a fat body at the gym, I know it sounds a bit controversial, but I like being controversial. Link is above. Check it out. Exercise number 4 is water aerobics. Exercise number 4 is water aerobics. Now, I did water aerobics last Friday, and it absolutely knackered me. Just like all the other exercises I've said today, you can take it to your own level. For instance, there was one bit where, you know, you get like the long thin tubes of foam, we like wrapped them into a bow, and we were like using them under the water as weights. So you kind of like stood there in a squat. And you have it in your hand and you're doing this, and it's working all of your core, and it just was fantastic. And also, because you're under the water, if she's getting you to do like jump squats or like moving your arms around, there's so much water going everywhere and everyone is doing their own thing. No one cares what you're doing. It's just so great. And in the pool I was in, no one was allowed to swim, no one was allowed in the pool area. So everyone in the class is doing the same thing. And obviously the teacher's there to teach you and support you. And it's just so good. It's great for your joints, again, because you don't have the resistance and the pressure going on the joints. You're literally flailing about under the water, having a great time. I absolutely loved it. I had so many endorphins. It was incredible. We even got like the float at the back, and we were like doing like, we were doing like tricep dips and everything. That was the best workout I had in a long time, and a couple of the women in the class were they were over 70, and if I am still doing that at 70 plus, oh my goodness, I would be so, so proud. But water aerobics is the one. It's so good, it's fun, you get the cool music to listen to, and you can just be an absolute underneath the water. Exercise number 5 is own body weight exercises. Now this is another video I would like to do, filming my favourite own body weight exercises. So own body weight exercises are exercises that don't use any other weight, just what you have. Anything that takes you away from your normal plane of alignment is an own body exercise. So push-ups, squats, lunges, planks, so many more that I've completely forgotten. Yeah, if you would like me to do a video again, maybe a mini workout of own body weight exercises, because they're so good, because you're using your own body weight to work out with, it's easier on your joints. You can get to know your body well, you can push yourself. So for instance, say you could do 2 seconds of a modified plank or 2 seconds of a plank, then maybe next time challenge yourself to do 5 seconds, 6 seconds, 7 seconds, 8 seconds, and you can build things up like that. A lot of the own body weight exercises work the whole body, and not only the body, they work the skin. So if you're worried about loose skin or anything like that, these are the exercises to do. Don't worry, sorry, itchy side nose. Don't worry about going to the gym and wanting to lift heavy and do deadlifts and all this stuff. That is not what I would ever recommend a beginner to do. I often get messages saying, I want to go ahead and lift heavy. What routine should I do? I think that so many of us are brainwashed into thinking that that's what we need to do. We need to be drinking protein, we need to be lifting heavy just to look like these Instagram models. No, we don't. 99% of that body is food. And at the moment, I'm kind of just trying to encourage us, you, me, to get active and get aware of your body and start feeling proud about your movement, proud about progress you're making, proud about feeling that you're making a better life for yourself and getting healthier. At the moment, what I'm focused on is making better changes and trying to teach better changes so that we can be proud of ourselves and so that we can, get a better future, a healthier future for ourselves, and feeling good, seeing results along with that. It's not about the pressure to go to the gym and like lift heavy and just be like, yes, gonna drink my protein shake and my amino acids now. No one needs that. Only like top athletes need that. Like, calm yourself down. Exercise number 6 isn't really an exercise, it's a thing. And it's a bit controversial because it is get a personal trainer if that's the way you want to go. I'm not saying that you should, it's just some people like that kind of approach to be literally told what to do. Some people would rather go and find it on their own. Others would like to say, I want to get good at boxing, for instance, and a personal trainer would do the boxing with them, or they would teach them how to do certain things. Personal trainers are good, obviously, because they'll teach you correct form. You never want to do the wrong form in any of the movements you do at the gym, obviously, because you don't want to create an injury or anything like that. I got a comment the other week about PTs, and somebody asked me to say what I thought about them. I wrote his name down, but it's in the car. I can't remember. I'll put your name here just so I say thank you for mentioning it and asking me to talk about it. I've had personal trainers in the past. One of them I had for about 7 months, and it was always the money that it all became too expensive, so I'd say no. And also, in the past, I had such a negative mindset about my own body. I still felt massive. I was the smallest I'd ever been. I was the strongest I'd ever been. I was absolutely smashing it. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see the picture of me with a six-pack. This is when I had my PT, and I was looking so ripped, it was ridiculous, but I still felt that I needed to lose a lot of weight. So I would not recommend a personal trainer until you get okay with the way you look, you are proud of where you're at, you are proud of yourself, you are practicing self-love, positivity and all this stuff, because a personal trainer will be an absolute waste of money if you're not feeling good about who you are and the way you look. I'll link you now to the video I did a couple of weeks ago on why I'm glad I gained weight, because it gives you a different perspective on how my mind has changed since I've put on weight. And it's just interesting. Like, if I knew how my mindset is now compared to then, I would never have spent all that money. Like, it's kind of annoying, but I think it's important to realise that as much as you think a personal trainer is going to get you to where you want to be, they won't, because you need to be the one to get where you want to be in your mind. And it's the work's got to come from you, no matter how much they can shout at you to do burpees, to do God knows what. It's got to be that you're feeling good with yourself and you're feeling like you're worthy and you're beautiful and all this stuff that you should think anyway, but a lot of us don't. If you do have self-confidence issues, or you do have self-esteem issues, or anything negative about yourself, remember, everything that has been said to us or we have thought, we have learned. So that means we can unlearn it. I saw a quote the other day. This is completely off topic to what we're actually meant to be talking about in this video, but the quote on Instagram said, good old Instagram, "The wound might not necessarily be your fault, but the healing is your responsibility." And I loved that. I loved that. We all have things that happen to us which make us feel like we're not worthy, that we're not good enough. It's our lives that we are in charge of. And starting any of these things I said today can help us get fitter, healthier, stronger, prouder, smashing it in life and just being all-round incredible humans. I hope you've enjoyed this video today. This has been a bit of a mammoth to film because I've just been going off track so many times and it's just taken me hours, absolutely hours to film it. If you like my face, I have an early access, I have a Patreon where you can get early access YouTube videos, Google Hangouts, Skype dates, loads more stuff. Link is below. I also have a coffee page where you can buy me a coffee if you fancy supporting what I do, if you like my videos, if I've helped you today. Yeah, links are below, and your support means the absolute world to me. I've just been blown away recently by everything. So I just want to say thank you so much today. I hope you've learned something. I hope you've thought, you know what, I'm going to try that. If you try anything new, if you're thinking about anything new, write me below. I want to know. I want to know what you're up to. Tell me. Yeah, hope you've enjoyed this video today. Keep smiling, keep smashing, and I'll see you next week. Bye. Oh wait. As humans, we can make excuses for everything, but excuses mean nothing when it comes to goals. There are excuses and there are obstacles.